Just as God made the day and made the night, there is darkness before the dawn faithfully breaks, renewing our belief in light and goodness. Amid the uncertainty and difficulties during the global pandemic, the Catholic Foundation continues to support parishes across the Archdiocese of Santa Fe. While we will not gather this year for our annual luncheon to recognize grant recipients, we honor their work and recognize the impact of donors' funds. Together, we're building an orchard of giving that will bear fruit long into the future.
We all have our favorite charities, we all have our things, our people, groups that we want to give to. The Catholic Foundation is a compilation of all these wonderful opportunities I have for giving. And what the foundation does, it pools these gifts and leverages them in a way that makes them even more powerful.
Many funds within the Catholic Foundation are permanent, dedicated to specific organizations or needs. These assets grow over time, with the annual increase distributed to specific schools, parishes, organizations, or groups. As an example, one distribution is the annual Teacher Awards, in recognition of teachers who are making meaningful impact in schools within the Archdiocese. Other donations come into the Foundation for distribution, which includes unrestricted endowments that are awarded in our annual grants. In addition to the distribution of endowments and the annual grant funds, this year we established the 2020 Emergency Catholic Community Fund to serve those so affected by COVID-19.
I'd like to personally thank, on behalf of the entire board and many community agencies that we serve, all the generous donors who have already contributed to this emergency fund.
We ask that you prayerfully consider a donation to continue your support as we work together to meet the ongoing needs in our Catholic communities. For the past 29 years, we've celebrated milestones as our orchard produced more fruit. In 1995, the first year of the grant program, more than $30,000 was awarded. By 2007, grants totaled more than $260,000. This year, because of prudent investments and healthy returns, we are pleased to announce that a record amount of $533,155 in awards are being distributed in grants, part of $2.2 million in overall distributions. This year, for the very first time, the Catholic Foundation has provided funding to all who applied for at least one grant. Nearly $250,000 in grants are awarded to organizations providing food, prenatal support, grief services, clothing, hygiene, and school supplies. One organization, now in its 43rd year, is the Samaritan House in Las Vegas, helping families in San Miguel, Mora, Guadalupe, and Quay counties.
We provide a variety of services. Initially, it was just the emergency housing type thing, but today it's everything from housing to diapers, to hygiene items, to vouchers to the thrift stores. The Catholic Foundation money has allowed us to buy food in bulk. For every $1 that you have given us, that buys $4 worth of food. They helped fund greatly needed showers. They helped us buy the equipment for our kitchens. We can use the kitchen to train others, not only operate a kitchen, but maybe seasonally make their goods and sell them because they've been produced in a commercial kitchen.
From Las Vegas to Portales, Angel Fire to Socorro, Mora to Mountain Air, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and Cañones, your donations continue to meet the basic needs of those who struggle with poverty, poor health, and hunger. This year, nearly $40,000 in grants are awarded to help the challenges facing students and teachers in Catholic education. From support for struggling readers to purchasing portable computers for students, distance learning, and the ongoing teacher catechist certification, your donations will continue the next generation of Catholic stewards. Douglas Wine is the principal of Holy Ghost Catholic School in Albuquerque's International District, an area impacted by poverty. The purchase of Chromebook computers for students will allow more individualized learning and address the educational disruption caused by COVID-19.
Just is huge for us because it allows us to develop values. It also allows us from day one, whether online, blended, or in class, to help begin to build skills that this distancing has sort of shined a spotlight on are lacking. And we think it's sort of foundational to what we need to do.
Nearly $54,000 this year are awarded to organizations for faith formation, helping with the mission entrusted by Jesus to the Church. Faith formation supports the extension of the gospel, accessible to children, youth, and adults. One grant will fund the expansion of a library at Santa Maria de la Paz Parish in Santa Fe.
Our library at Santa Maria has no funding. The proposal was written to seek some funds to be able to purchase this as well as to upgrade the holdings. This is an opportunity to promote the use of the library, so it'll overall help to give people access to materials for their own faith formation.
This year, your donations fund faith formation grants to provide educational materials for parishes and organizations in Jemez Pueblo, Isleta, Espanola, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Belen, and Mountain Air. This year, more than $156,000 in grant funds will provide capital improvements to our facilities. Our Lady of Sorrows Parish in La Jolla will be renovated. Several schools and parish offices will have heating and cooling improvements, and Immaculate Conception Parish in Tomé will repair the food pantry. In the Chama Valley, a greenhouse addition will expand food production at Christ in the Desert Monastery.
With this grant, we will be building a sort of permanent structure to go over the vegetable garden as a greenhouse. Working the land is not unusual in monastic history. And so we're just following in that history. And because we don't have the most hospitable landscape, it takes us a while and it takes effort to do that. And so, again, the Catholic Foundation has been more than helpful to us in establishing a toehold into creating more of an agricultural sort of oasis in the Chama Valley.
Historic Preservation funded 5 grants this year to preserve an 1816 church colcha tapestry and protect churches in several communities throughout the Archdiocese of Santa Fe. Past historical preservation projects like these not only protect the historical buildings, they reignite that faith community. In fact, every dollar that is donated, then dispersed by the foundation, is a testimony of the work being done in each community. Thanks to you, this year, more than $2 million furthers the work of the Church across the Archdiocese, helping students and teachers, giving to those who are hungry or in need, protecting the buildings, and continuing the outreach that serves our communities.
Because of the Catholic Foundation, over the years, we've been able to have art and music, PE, Spanish, technology. We have a beautiful library. All of that is because of the community coming together, and whether they're giving $25 to the Catholic Foundation or $25,000, it is you as a foundation are able to grow that money to see the need and to give it to the homeless shelters, to the missions, to the pueblos, to the schools and the churches. You're touching hundreds of thousands of lives, and really that's my favorite part of the foundation is countless lives are touched because of what you're doing.
In this most unusual year, Even though we are not gathered together physically, our hearts join in affirmation of God's strength and power. The sun will shine again, and always we are together in faith and in light.